Travel is supposed to create beautiful memories. But sometimes, it creates nightmares. A few years ago, I traveled alone to Thailand. I wanted freedom. Sunny beaches. Cheap food. And a break from my stressful life. Everything was perfect. Until I noticed, the same man. It started after I rented a scooter in Krabi. As I pulled onto the road, I glanced into my mirror. A man wearing a black jacket on another scooter was behind me. Nothing unusual. At least, that's what I thought. 10 minutes later, he was still there. Every turn I made, he made too. I sped up. He sped up. I slowed down. So did he. A cold feeling settled in my stomach. Maybe it was just a coincidence. So I stopped at a small cafe. I waited almost 30 minutes. When I finally left, the black scooter started moving too. He had been waiting. For me. I tried to lose him through busy streets. Crowded markets. Narrow alleyways. Nothing worked. Every time I looked back, he was there. Watching. Never getting too close. Never falling too far behind. Eventually I reached the beach. Hundreds of tourists were everywhere. I finally relaxed. There was no way he would follow me here. I was wrong. An hour later, I looked toward the parking area. The same black scooter. The same man. Standing beside it. Looking directly at me. Not at the ocean. Not at anyone else. Only me. Fear finally replaced denial. I left immediately and returned to my hotel. My room was on the ground floor. I locked every door. Closed every curtain. And convinced myself it was over. Around 2 a.m., a strange sound woke me. Tap, 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 someone was knocking on the window. Not the door. The window. I slowly pulled the curtain aside. And my heart nearly stopped. The man in the black jacket was standing only a few feet away, completely still. His face had no expression. He wasn't trying to break in. He was just watching me. The moment our eyes met, he smiled. Then slowly walked back into the darkness. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning I told the hotel owner everything. Before I even finished, his face turned pale. He quietly said, "You're not the first tourist." He explained that several local businesses had already warned visitors about a man matching that exact description. He followed tourists. Learned where they stayed. And sometimes, he came back after dark. The owner immediately moved me to a different hotel across town. I cancelled the rest of my trip. Before leaving Thailand, I looked one last time toward the airport parking lot. For a second, I thought I saw the same black scooter. Waiting. Maybe it wasn't him. Or maybe, he was making sure I finally left. Even today, whenever I check my rearview mirror while driving, part of me still expects to see a man in a black jacket following me. Sometimes, the most dangerous people don't break into your room. You invite them inside. This happened during my school trip to Belgium. It was supposed to be the best week of my life. Instead, it became the one trip I wish I could erase. Our class stayed in a small hostel in Brussels. The streets were beautiful. The food was amazing. Everyone wanted to enjoy every second. On our last night, a few friends and I stayed out much later than we should have. By the time we returned, I was exhausted. I locked the room. Dropped my backpack beside the bed. And fell asleep almost instantly. I don't know how much time had passed, but someone started knocking on the door. 3 slow knocks. Not loud. Not rushed. Just patient. I checked my phone. 2:47 a.m. Who could possibly need us at this hour? Before I could answer, a calm voice spoke through the door. Hostel staff. One of your friends lost an important document. We just need to check your room. Still half asleep, that sounded reasonable. I unlocked the door. A man in a staff jacket smiled politely. He looked completely normal. Friendly. Confident. Professional. He asked if he could quickly look around. Without thinking, I stepped aside. That was the biggest mistake of my life. He walked straight to my backpack. Then opened my desk drawer. He wasn't looking for a lost document. He was studying everything we owned. Passports. Wallets. Electronics. Cash. He asked casual questions while quietly memorizing where everything was. Then he thanked me, smiled, and left. Something felt wrong. But I couldn't explain why. I locked the door again and went back to sleep. The next morning, screaming echoed through the hallway. Students were running from room to room. Laptops were gone. Wallets had disappeared. Several passports, including visas, had vanished overnight. Panic spread through the entire hostel. That's when my stomach dropped. I remembered the man. The staff member. I rushed downstairs. The real receptionist looked confused. We never sent anyone to your room. My heart nearly stopped. Police arrived within minutes. They checked the security cameras. The man wasn't wearing a real staff uniform. It was fake. He had walked from room to room, using the exact same story. Most students opened the door without questioning him. By sunrise, he had disappeared, along with thousands of dollars worth of valuables. Weeks later, some stolen items were recovered. Most never were. Even today, whenever someone knocks on my hotel door, I never open it immediately. Because I learned something that night. Not every thief wears a mask. Sometimes, they wear a smile, and politely ask to come inside.